discount gold and silver at yahoo.com. That is discount gold and silver at yahoo.com. And again, thank you for joining us this fine and beautiful day of Monday, March 22nd, 2010. And actually, gold, let's go to the markets. Gold today was down $7, although it's been all over the page today, but right now we're down 7 at 11:01.70. We have silver down 4. Nice recovery from silver at 16.95. Platinum also had a decent recovery, down 9 at 16.03. And gold had a good recovery, even though it's down 7. They all recovered fairly nicely. Palladium's down 9 at 461. So a negative day in the markets, and should not have been, but it is. So, folks, instead of complaining about the prices being low and the prices of the always being manipulated, it gives you the opportunity, because this will be played out. We will see higher prices in gold. We will see higher prices in coins, and we will see lower values in the U.S. dollar. So take the opportunity, preserve your wealth. Give us a call at 1-800-375-4188. Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster is joining us this afternoon, as he does every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you would like a complimentary issue to his newsletter, you can give us a call, and we'll make sure that he receives that information. Good afternoon, Bob.
Well, good afternoon, Melody.
How are you today?
Well, I'm pretty good. A little disappointed that gold was off, but
yes, I know.
You get expiration coming up on Thursday and Friday on the gold options, and as usual, the criminals and the Forex, the COMEX, are fiddling with the price again so that they won't have to pay off on any of the options over 1100. Exactly the same thing happened last month, and the CFTC is having a meeting coming up for commentary before they make their decisions on what changes they're going to make. And I wouldn't hold my breath on acceptance of something coming through. The CFTC is part of the government. The government is what is suppressing gold and silver prices, and has been for a long time. The good thing is, I don't think they got any gold left, and if they do, there's not much. And so it won't be too much longer this thing's going to break out. Quite frankly, I would have thought it would have done it already. But no, we were not correct on that. And like the stock market today, should have been off 100 points.
Yeah.
It's up 43. No, no rhyme or reason.
My question is, Bob, they say it's higher as healthcare shares lead the way. How can, you would think by passing that bill, the bill, they'd be down.
They are going to be the recipients of large amounts of money from government that they're not receiving now, and the insurance companies are going to be signing up mandatorily 40 million people who don't have insurance who now must have it.
Yeah. Well, my theory behind all this is there's a lot of insurance companies that are about ready to go bust, and that was their big push on this whole deal.
Well, I think you're right about that, because 7 big ones got TARP funds,
yep,
and they haven't paid them back, which tells me that they're bankrupt.
Yep. That's what this
just like many of the brokerage firms and lots of banks, and it's going to be a bad year, and it's going to be worse next year. And as I tell everybody again and again and again, you've got to get these people out of office. And November's a big election, even though it's the by-election. And you've got to get rid of the incumbents, a minimum of 1/3 and hopefully 2/3. And then at least we'll have some time to work on rescinding some of the stuff that's been put into law.
Bob,
American. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a quick question? With this passage of this bill yesterday, do you think that will put people, it'll irritate them more, or will it just make them feel like there's just nothing they can do? Because they were quite vocal about this.
I think there'll be a segment that they'll just give up. People in their 70s probably, he'll say, no, the end is coming anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it, and I'll just sit back and watch what's going to happen. And older people tend to do that. I lived in older communities with older people. And two things very important. They're only interested in enjoying what's left of their life. And second of all, they don't really want to die. And I don't think anybody does for that matter. But the point is that they have great difficulty in expecting that, death is going to somehow pass them by. And we all know that that's untrue. And even though we don't want to face it very often. And so they get a extremely passive attitude. Why should I worry? And that's one of the reasons it's somewhat easy to pull shenanigans on people who are, I'm going to sneeze, I'm sorry, who are hold, I don't know when this is going to come. And excuse me. And I have sinus, and also it's pollen time, so you got a combination of both. Anyway, the elderly people are very passive, and so you'll get verbal support from them, and that's about it. But it's extremely important because we do have the last window of opportunity, and that will be in that election. And if we can capture control of the seats, it doesn't matter whether it's a Democrat or Republican, just get the bum out of there that's in there. In tomorrow's, Wednesday's issue of the Forecaster, I have a list of the people who voted for the bill. And so you make sure all your friends get that, and that's, from every state, and that they're removed from office. And that's really important because they should give us 6 months to a year and a half before they get paid off. And that means we can get some important legislation passed. And that could open the door to more constructive things. And if that doesn't happen, if you Americans out there don't do your job, well, you can expect dreadful, dreadful times.
It's just amazing how those dogs in Washington will roll over for $1, I mean, it is.
Oh, disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Even Dennis Kucinich, I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
I mean so his wife, who's 30 years younger than he is, can go out with the president's wife and sponsor some project she's doing to make money, of course.
I mean, what scum,
And Stupak trying to explain away the fact he rolled, and he got nothing for it. They just terrorized him.
Well, there's a lot of doors on those closets in Washington, so who knows what lurks behind a lot of those skeletons in there.
I can tell you that there's a lot of perverts there.
Yeah. An affair, and we're going to tell your wife or whatever. Who knows, but...
Yeah. Well, anyway, there'll be lawsuits, and there'll be an attempt to roll it or turn it around. After the next election, maybe they will be successful. I don't know. But based on what we know today, if you don't take over Congress with new people, it's over. It is simply over. And I'm getting 5 or 10 people a day ask me where to move to. They want out of the country.
Well, didn't they bypass a particular section in order to get this bill passed? I mean, and that's what really makes the whole deal unconstitutional, just so that he could sign it and it would get voted